Hi, this is Ryan. My full name is Ryan Michael Poe. I'm recording this video because I wanted everyone to know what happened to me in my early 20s. I was at my mother's house in Belton, Missouri. Her husband, Paul Walker, and her lived there. And this is my early 20s. I was in their house, no one was there but me, and the devil, I believe it was the devil, demonic spirits, there were voices in my head telling me I didn't have forgiveness with God, I needed to die, and they told me that if I kept on living, that I'd have a worse judgment at the throne seat of God, and I needed to die that day. They were telling, and I was weeping, I was crying. I said, I need to die, and these voices were saying, yes, you need to die. You need to you're going to go to hell anyways. You don't have forgiveness. Okay, is what they told me. You're going to go to hell anyways, whether you die later or today. And, that's the truth. I don't lie about anything. I'm a real honest person. I promise you. And they said I was going to go to hell. They told me I needed to die that day. You know, your judgment's going to be worse, Ryan. You don't have forgiveness with Jesus anymore. You're going to hell either way. And if you keep living, your judgment's going to be worse. And they told me I needed to hang myself. I went down to my mother's basement, and this 5,000, if the basement was finished, it's a 5,000 square foot home. They have an in-ground pool, jacuzzi, 2-car garage with the horse barn and 2 horses away from it. They have a 3-car garage on their house, and they have a giant basement. If the attic and basement was finished, it would have 5,000 square feet. So I went down to the basement, I went down to the basement, and there was a construction worker's extension cord down there. Real thick. The rubber on it's real thick, and it was about 25 feet long. And their basement isn't finished, so they had an old sofa chair down there. And I was weeping. Okay, I didn't just hang myself and listen. I was crying for 10 minutes. I thought, this is my whole. I was so emotional. You have no clue what that does to a person's mind. Okay, and that's how emotionally distraught I was. I was weeping, crying, and wailing down there. And I went over to the couch sofa, scooted it under the metal iron burgundy I-beam down there. I put the construction worker's extension cord. It was yellow and it had a black stripe on it. And I hung it around the I-beam. I put it around the top of the I-beam, looped it around. I put it around my neck, double looped the cord, put it through. And the rubber, since it was rubber, my weight, it was real tight. And then I took the rest of the feet in that extension cord and wrapped it around my hands securely. I stepped off of the chair and I threw my ankles back. It scooted the chair away so I couldn't reach it. And I hung there. And I remember, before I lost consciousness, I hung there for a count of 4 or 5 seconds before I lost consciousness. And I swear to you, I woke up on my knees about 10 feet away from where I hung myself. No pain in my knees. Just hung there. I was just sitting there on my knees. When I woke up, and the extension cord wasn't wrapped around my wrists or my neck, it was over my left shoulder, and I was facing the air conditioner and furnace heater. And God saved me. That's why I'm still alive today and able to make videos. You know, but that's what those voices in my head were. They were condemning me. They weren't filled with hope. They were telling me I didn't have forgiveness. I needed to die. I was going to hell anyways, and I should just end it all that day. It's the truth, and that's exactly what happened. And I ended up hanging myself. And it wasn't just, oh, okay, I'll hang myself. It was like I was weeping and crying, seeing my whole life before me and all the years, and I thought, why does it have to end like this? And I was crying, and I was totally mentally upset. And but anyways, I woke up after I hung myself, and I had hung there for about a count of 4 or 5 seconds before I lost consciousness. I woke up, not in the noose. I was on my knees, about 10 or 15 feet away from where I hung myself, facing the air conditioning and furnace unit, and it wasn't wrapped around my neck or my hands. It was over my left shoulder. God had mercy on me, and He knew that there was a lot of things going on, and He wanted to let me know you didn't need to die, Ryan. That's what God thinks of me. So, it's a true story. It was one of those miracles. A book should be written about it. I mean, you know, whatever, but if you don't want to write a book, it's a fucking miracle. It was real, and no one else was in that house but me. And so somebody invisibly had to have intervened. I wanted to tell you all that because it's just one of those great things that God has done for me. And believe it, because it's all true. I love you guys. If you watch this, thanks for listening.